Even when there's an incredible real estate opportunity right there in front of you, it is quite possible you don't see it because you're not ready to take action yet.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are delighted that we have created for you free access to 742 Life's Inside Track episodes, where we share insider tips, making house home, and building wealth wisely through real estate. Did I say building wealth wisely? Yeah, building wealth wisely through real estate. And you can get access to them anytime you'd like, almost anywhere. So you can go to your YouTube channel, the Dekker Team 1, or you can go to chri.ca. It doesn't matter to me until it matters to me. And I don't see what's out there for me until it matters to me.
That's true. Like we talked about in the first segment, once something's important to you and you start focusing on it, you see it everywhere.
Right. So I also promised in the first segment, in segment A, that we would look at how do we get me to care about something kind of almost prematurely, I'm going to say, but in a timely manner so that when it actually matters to you. So Silo has shared again and again that most people that are looking to buy a home, their first or subsequent homes, don't actually start looking actively until about 60 days before they're ready. Well, that's not a very long period of time to get yourself well educated so you don't make a rash decision or an inferior decision to what you would have made had you had more information up front.
Yes.
Done more research. So what we want to challenge you to do, it's Challenge Day. Challenge by Yetta Day. Challenge today is to think about what are your longer term goals. If you're thinking about buying an investment property in 1 year or 2 years, how do we move forward your interest level? How do you move forward your interest level so you start letting the information about investing in real estate land in a more powerful way now? Likewise, if you're thinking of buying your first home in 2 years or 3 years even, how do you move forward your interest so that you're better equipped? What we want you to be is best equipped possible to make these big financial decisions because it affects every area of your life.
Yeah, yet as I was sitting here listening to you, and it was reverberating in my brain around some of the things I've heard in the past around people who have written goals and people that don't, and how much more successful the people that have written goals are. And I think what it does is when you start writing down your ideas of, what would I like it to look like in 30 years, 50 years? What would my retirement look like? What would my housing look like? What's my wealth going to look like? It starts to open up opportunity for your RAS to be turned on. Oh, this is important to this person. How do they find information about investing safely? How do they find out about how to buy their first home? How do they find out about how to pay their mortgage off or how to re-leverage the house to amplify their growth? Like all of those things start to come into focus, so to speak, when you have a general idea of where you're heading. If you're just, in the struggle, the day-to-day grind of, I just got to pick up the kids. I just got to be able to put enough food on the table that they can eat this week. There's no vision for the future, then you're not going to attract to you or open your mind to see them. They're probably always there, but I say attract to you because you get to see the opportunities, the learning, how to leverage the amount of income you're making, how to make more income. All these things start to become important to you when you have a bigger vision for your life.
Right. So I think this is a great item to actually write down. So my challenge was, how do you turn on your reticular activating system? And we're not going to re-explain it right now, but if you weren't here for segment A, just go back to segment A of 742, Life's Inside Track, and you'll get a good explanation and understanding of your RAS, nickname for reticular activating system. And how do you turn it on? Write down what you want down the road or what you believe is your vision for the future. Because if you can get clear about that now, you will start your reticular activating system to bring those things into your awareness. It's not that it's not there. You've heard it before. You've seen it before. The opportunities are there. It's that we need to bring it into awareness.
Yeah. And I think also, it's important to know that doing that may start to create clarity, or it may start to create fear. Like, I'll never be able to do that. I can't do that. I'm afraid of what happens if it goes wrong. And that's the point where you may go, you know what? I want to call Yetta or Ken and set up a next step clarity call. Because a clarity call, basically what we're doing is we spend 15 minutes, we listen to you, we give you a brief, what's your next step based on the information you've given us. And it's just a little push, a little nudge in the right direction.
It's a one step in the right direction, right? It's clarity about what, so that the fear cannot run the show. The fear just informs you that you need some more information. You need some more clarity. You need to assess your options better. And so let the fear come and then take the action anyway by just going to dekkerteam.com and let us hear you. And through that exchange of conversation, you will get no more than one promised step. You may get 2 or 3. We're only promising the one next step because we can only take action on so many things at a time anyway. And if our focus is all over the place, like we talked about the reticular activating system, we don't see it at all. So we need to focus in on those things that either are important to us now or will be. And now we're set up for success because we're in advance preparing ourselves. The point is preparation.
Yes.
Preparation equals success.
So the next best step for you just might be to go to dekkerteam.com. There's a little button there that says book a free clarity call. Just click on that. Our calendars will come up, availability times for a call. You can pick Yetta or me, depending on who you resonate a little better with. That's fine. We don't take it personally.
Or just throw a coin and decide. Doesn't really matter.
Or maybe it's just who's available at the right time for you. That's great too. And we're going to just talk about what is happening for you right now.
And down the road, because you wrote out your vision. You wrote out your dreams, you wrote out your vision, and now we want to turn on that reticular activating system and make it work for you rather than against you, because with fear, it works too.
Absolutely.
But not in a good way.
Marcel Proust, he says, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeing new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Isn't that cool?
Focusing our eyes where we want to go.
And we'll tell a little story, a little prelude next to Squid Eye. We're going to talk about Squid Eye next segment because it's kind of a little fun story.
So definitely tune in to the next segment because Squid Eye is something that makes no sense until you hear it explained. So it was just a bad tease.
Oh, come on. We love that you're with us because we know that as we clarify your options, your wisdom will flow.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward